Good evening, I'm Rachel Hartog. Indiana's unemployment rate jumped to 8.6% in January, its highest level in 13 months. This is up from 8.3% in December despite adding 8,200 jobs. But the State Department of Workforce Development says the rise in the unemployment rate is due to a huge influx of people to the labor force, which is made up of both people with jobs and those actively looking for work. House Minority Leader Scott Palath says expanding Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act is the best job creation measure, citing a study that says it could add up to 30,000 jobs in the state. The state's third graders begin taking a test this week which decides in part if they get to advance to fourth grade. Currently, Indiana's third graders will have the opportunity to take the iRead test twice before they are considered failing in reading at the third grade level. State Superintendent Glenda Ritz says she would rather see a growth model assessment that would begin in kindergarten and continue through fifth grade. Ritz says local school districts can decide to promote students to the fourth grade even if they fail, but the student would still be required to take third grade reading instruction and all of the third grade level assessment tests, including iStep. Ritz says she plans to take her ideas for reforming iRead to the State Board of Education for consideration. And Secretary of State Connie Lawson met with a couple dozen county-level officials from around the state in Columbus today to discuss the ins and outs of vote centers, which have been proposed in Bartholomew County and elsewhere. Lawson is pushing for a polling system based on vote centers she says would consolidate and centralize voting locations at sites capable of accommodating up to 10,000 voters apiece on Election Day. Current precincts under state law limit the number of voters in each one to between 1,200 and 1,400 people.
This is a way to reduce locations, reduce the number of poll workers needed, reduce the expenses as it relates to poll workers like meals, to reduce the number of voting equipment, the amount of storage space that they need, lots of different efficiencies that the counties might find. And let's face it, counties are looking for every dollar that they can right now.
A number of counties have rejected vote centers thus far because of political squabbling, worries about the security of electronic voting, or a desire to implement them only after the 2012 presidential election was complete. And here's a look at the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy with lows in the mid-20s. Tomorrow, windy, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 30s. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of snow and lows in the lower 20s. Wednesday and Thursday will be partly cloudy with highs in the lower 30s, lows in the lower 20s. Friday and Saturday, partly cloudy with highs in the lower 40s, lows in the upper 20s. And Sunday, mostly cloudy with highs in the lower 40s and lows in the upper 20s. For WTIU News, I'm Rachel Hartog.